Guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a spoiler-free review of the Odyssey, which is directed by Christopher Nolan and stars Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, John Bernthal, Zendaya, Matt Damon. Basically, all the big names in Hollywood is in this movie. I'm surprised Leonardo DiCaprio's in this movie. But anyways, the plot follows a bunch of characters, but the main focus is on Odysseus, which is Matt Damon's character. He basically goes off to fight a war. He gets lost coming back, and he's gone for about like 20 years, I would say, and there's some doubts going out the kingdom back home. There's a lot of people think that he's dead. There's some people that still believe that he's alive and that he's coming back. And there's a lot of like tension building on at the kingdom. And there's this thing called Odin's Law, I believe, where if someone like comes to you, you help them. And a lot of people are taking advantage of that rule, staying at basically at his castle, taking advantage of him, eating all the food, that kind of thing. So what I liked about this movie is that the pacing was actually very good. Like I got invested in this movie early. It didn't really take me much time to get invested in the story, which is great. The acting is great in this movie too. A lot of the actors did a great job. I feel like all of them did a great job. Even the minor characters, I feel like had a great impact on the story, even though their roles in the movie may not be as big. So I feel like the cast really did a great job carrying their weight with this movie. Another thing I love about this movie is that the directing, the camera work, the camera shots, very, very well done. The editing, the sound design. There's this one scene where one of Odysseus' men has to plug his ears, and when he's plugging his ears, like the audio mimics that, and you kind of hear like one ear going out, then you hear the next ear going out. So I feel like that type of detail is really, really good. For the fantastical elements, I like how grounded Christopher Nolan dealt with it. Like for example, Poseidon. It's like when they're dealing with Poseidon, you see like a bunch of big storms, rain, that type of thing. Zeus, you kind of hear just thunderclaps. So subtle things like that I really appreciated. And this movie had a very real feel to it. I know Christopher Nolan doesn't like to use green screen or CGI, but I feel like in this movie it really benefited it. So there's a scene where a group of people are carrying like this big horse, and you could tell that the horse was like really real, and like they really had to drag it across the sand and stuff like that. I really appreciate because I feel like a lot of movies take the short route and try to do old CGI or green screen, but him filming on location, the actors really being there really gave off this really real, grounded feeling. Like you could actually touch the movie. It's not just like this big green screen, this like fakeness everywhere. So I really appreciated that. Another thing I really liked is like the different like I would say lesson that the movie gives you in like having being big on faith, like not giving up, and like always having that faith no matter how bad things look, because you never know how things might turn out. I really appreciate that because I feel like a lot of movies they come and they go. They don't really stick with you. I saw this movie like last week. I know the late review's late, but you know life's been life and the movie still stuck with me to this day. I still remember everything, all the good plot points, like everything. And for negatives, I can't really name any negatives for this movie in my opinion. Like the acting is great, the action was okay. Christopher Nolan has really been action's never really been his strong suit, especially going back to the Batman films, to the Christopher Nolan Batman films. And there's this great horror section that's like a few minutes, and it's really well done. I feel like Christopher Nolan would be a great director for like a horror movie down the lane. And I like how they grounded the movie. Like there's this giant in this movie, but like he looks like the way they filmed it, you can tell it's like a real person, and it's not like a big green screen monster or just someone done CGI. You can tell like a real person. Just kind of did some camera tricks to make him look big and all that. So, but overall, this movie is a very good movie in my opinion. Very, very solid movie. One of my favorites of this year. And if you haven't seen it, go see it. This movie made like $1 billion. So this might be the number one gross rated R movie of all time. And speaking of the R rating, the movie is not brutal, but there is some like language, some violence used. But I feel like they could have got away with a PG-13 rating. I don't feel like this movie needed to be rated R. But rated R or not, it's still a great movie. And if you've seen it, let me know if you liked it, or if you didn't like it, please let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate all you who view my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.